Let us close our eyes for a moment. With deep love, let us chant Om 3 times together. Om. 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 Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Gurave Namaha. I bow to God. I bow to all the divine incarnations. I bow to all the masters of all times and all places. I bow to our beloved Gurudev. I bow to all of you and the entire creation. Om. Amen. I got confused. I thought from 5 till 5:40, there is this event and then little break. Then 6 o'clock I have to come. So I was going to the cave. And then luckily Peter Baba called me back. I thought, why he's calling me? 6 o'clock. Then I got a little delayed. We all have assembled here to celebrate 2 occasions. One is the beginning of the 50th year of Sri Gurudev coming to West, the beginning. And the 25th anniversary of this ashram. We have heard, we have read, Sri Gurudev came to West in the year 1974. And when he was only 67. And his early stay in West was not such a comfortable, nice, and pleasant time because, coming from India, completely different culture and background, and for a yogi and a guru like him, and to live in West and to survive in West, it was really hard. But he accepted it. It was his love to endure all these things. In India, he could have lived. It's, the land of the sadhus, the land of the holy people. Sri Gurudev, in the early years, came to West and went back, came to West and went back. He had little experiment of ashrams in early years in Europe, in South America, in USA for short time. And towards the last years of his physical existence, he started few ashrams. And one of them is this place. Peter Baba came to Vienna in which year?
Good question. Long time ago.
So it is a very evasive reply, long time ago. So he came to Vienna first. And then came Sri Gurudev. It is my understanding that Austria was his last new country during his tour in West. Because he came in the beginning of 90s, 1991. He came in the year 1991. If you look at his travel from 91 onwards, he did not go to any new country. Although during his lifetime, Kriya went to new countries like Poland, Hungary, in Europe, Greece, Iceland, in South America to Brazil and Peru, Australia and New Zealand, but he didn't go. So Austria was his last new country to visit. We know from our activities in the year 1993, in the month of August, ashram in Stärksel was opened. And in 1994, he expressed his desire to have an ashram in Vienna. Why he expressed his desire, God knows, or the long-time disciples from here might tell. So although we celebrate this place 25 years, but the ashram life started in Vienna or in Austria from 1994 September. Exact date is 21st or 22nd, I don't remember. When he came to Beheimgasse in Vienna. So, as I told you, he came to Austria as his last country to visit in his journey. And he loved Austria and he loved Vienna. And he told Vienna is a village. To him, Vienna was not a city. It was a village. And to him, New York is the city. New York is the city and Vienna is the village. And he decided in the beginning to stay permanently in Vienna. That was his wish. However, from 1994 till 1998, our ashram in Vienna was in rented houses. Ultimately, we moved here. So, to commemorate these two events, Sri Gurudev's coming to West, its 50th year, the beginning, and at the same time, to celebrate the 25th anniversary of this place, I pray to God and Sri Gurudev, not only bless this place, but also to bless all the seekers of truth to be sincere in their spiritual life and to be a good image of divinity and good instruments of peace and love. So again, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever. But one thing is common, good. We should be good. While sitting there and listening to the performance of the disciples from Romania, my mind was telling, or it was the thought in my heart, that as Gurudev came to Austria, it was his last country. During his lifetime, we went to many new countries in Europe, in South America and other places. And later on, Kriya went to, many more countries. Many more new ashrams came up. The thought in me, I'm telling thought, I don't know it will happen or not, to go to these new countries where there is already Kriya Yoga, whether it is Romania or Portugal or Spain or in many South American countries, in some Asian countries also, where I have not been ever, at least to go and to visit, God willing. Mind desires a lot. Mind dreams a lot. Mind thinks a lot. Mind projects a lot. And good thought, good desire is not bad. Buddha said, desire is the cause of misery. Buddha said, desire is the cause of misery. And elimination of desire is elimination of misery. Now, it's a simple question to Lord Buddha. When one gets up early in the morning, even if he is Buddha or whoever, and is there a feeling to sit quietly or not? This is a desire. When there is body, there is a little appetite sometimes. May not be so routine food, breakfast, lunch, this. But one needs, even Buddha himself went to beg. We go to beg, there is a desire or not? We need some food. Let us reflect upon the word need little more. When we all were in mother's womb, our need was nothing. You will say, what does it mean? When we were in mother's womb, our breath was mother's breath. Mother's food was our food. Mother digested food and provided nourishing energy to the body, our body in the womb. But we did not have freedom. It was such a cozy and compact place to move also. It was not so easy because we were inside the womb. So the desire came in each one of us. Luckily, came little earlier to me than you. Do you know why? I came out early. You came out maybe a little late. So the desire came and we prayed to God. And it is a statement of the yogis, the realized masters, that each baby in the womb is a yogi. গর্ভে যখন যোগী তখন ভূমে পড়ে খেলাম মাটি. It is a song in Bengali. When I was in the womb, I was a yogi. Once I was born on the earth, my desire for the earthly things came up into my mind and brain. We all were yogis in the mother's womb. All. We all had memory of the past. We all had memory of wrongdoings, forgetting God, wasting life, everything we remembered. And we had repentance in the womb. Not only that, we prayed to God, oh God, enough is enough. I realized my mistake. It was prayer of each one of us. We prayed in mother's womb in our own way. But the theme is, take me out of this womb. Give me little freedom. I will not waste my life. I will not waste my mind. I will not waste the opportunity. I will use my life only for you and fulfill the purpose for which you sent me to this earth, lives before lives, and to make my life complete. We all prayed in mother's womb, each one of us. How many years ago? You just think how old this body is. That many years ago, we all prayed in mother's womb. Everybody. And we came out. Once we came out, so there was the need. The first need is breath. Before, I was not needing to breathe. Mother was breathing and my body was breathing. Now we started breathing. The first need is breath, the air. And with this, if we go on thinking of what really more we need, you just think. We came out of the mother's womb. We did not require any special warm clothes if it is winter. But now we need it because the mother's womb was enough warm for myself. I needed food. I needed care. I needed clothes. I needed comfort and so on. We all as babies, and slowly we grew up and increasing the needs. And yes, the need for the body, need for life, need for existence it is fine. But the need went on, you just increasing and increasing and increasing. Now, wherever we are, whatever we are, in whichever state of being we are, if we analyze ourselves and if we make a list of our needs, wish list. You know, sometimes in some program there is wish list. I wish to do this, I wish to. So you make a list. You might have heard a story, and to repeat the story again, says Narada was walking on the street. He found a poor man begging. He had little kindness towards him, and he told Kubera, the Lord of Wealth, he said, Mr. Kubera, can you do a favor? He said, yes, tell me, I'm ready to serve you. This poor man, you fill his begging bowl, whatever he needs. And says Narada left. After a while, when he came back, poor Kubera means the richest in the creation. You know, he is the Lord of Wealth. He said, oh sage, what is his begging bowl? Whatever I am giving, it is not full. It is still empty. There is some space I am giving. I have given everything of mine. Still then says Narada became curious about the begging bowl. Is it a magic bowl? What is this? He looked at this beggar and asked him, my friend, what is this begging bowl? It is not getting filled. He said this begging bowl is made of the human skull. It is a skull. That means the brain. It is symbol. That mind is never satisfied. Mind wants more and more and more of earthly things. More power, more possession, more wealth, more and more and no end. So this is what today a thought came to me little more seriously. For example, this thought was in the afternoon. We the human beings, we have been living on this earth since thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Science is telling how many thousands, and it is hypothesis, assumption. It is not, it is much longer. However, you just think 400, 500, 600 years ago, you just imagine people living on this earth. They lived, they survived, they prospered in their own way. How much water they needed? 500 years ago, how much water did they need for their day-to-day life? Simple question mark. How much clothing they had 500 years ago? How many times they were drinking tea? Question mark. If we go on thinking like this more and more and more, a simple answer will come to our mind. The life was very simple and easy. They were enduring. They were tolerating a lot. They are not expecting more and more and more and more. I am a student of spirituality. I am a student of economics. I am a teacher of spirituality. I am also a teacher. I was teaching economics. So somebody made a humorous remark in India. How could you switch over from economics, from material world to spirituality? In Indian language and Sanskrit, it is very easy. Economics is artha, spirituality is paramartha. Artha, parama artha. You can, artha is economics, parama means the supreme, artha means treasure. Spirituality is supreme treasure. It's easy to switch over from artha to paramartha. Artha in Muladhara, bottom chakra, paramartha here. So just instead of looking down, look up. Being there also, you can look up there. So very easy. Just turn your face. However, in economics, we taught necessary, comfort, and luxury. Human wants classified into three groups: necessary, comfort, and luxury. In the beginning of economics, we taught this. There is few things are necessary. Necessary for life, necessary for living. I am sick, food is needed, food is necessary. To be in the society, suppose I am inside my cave, luckily by grace of you all, quite a few hours I am by myself, nobody is there. So at that time, not so much of clothes necessary. No need, little clothes enough. Once I am to see somebody, I have to put on some more clothes. At that time, it is necessary. So the necessary is changing from my morning hours to afternoon hours. So the necessity, if we think, how much do we need? From necessary, then comfort and luxury. Do you know, even if we think those who are little elderly, I will not tell old, because some people don't like to hear the word. Do you know, somebody said, it is in India, that, oh, you look like old lady. And that person was really, what? Because to tell somebody, and especially a lady, that you are old, we don't want to look old or to behave old, but be clear that once we are born, we are old. Once we are born, we are old. However, 30 years ago, 25 years ago, was a mobile telephone needed or dreamt of? The answer is no. Now the mobile telephone has become a luxury or a comfort or necessary. You just think, when mobile telephone came new, it was a luxury. For some people, those who could buy, it was luxury. And so luxury slowly came down because more and more, the business people, they are very tricky. They want your money. They don't want to help you. Be very clear. They want your money, not that they're serving you. Yes, there is service. In the name of service, you don't know. Suppose if you have mobile telephone, you want to talk. If you talk, you have to pay. So, and so on. However, three things. In economics, we taught necessary, comfort, and luxury. So slowly, what was comfort becomes necessary, what was luxury became comfort, and new luxury items came up. And slowly, our needs are increasing and multiplying and becoming necessary? Simple example. If you look at the entire creation, except we human, all the living animals, the birds, animals, insects, they live a natural life. In a natural life, it has been observed by the scientists, the thinkers, they observe the nature. The birds get up early in the morning, those were day birds, not the night birds. Until late afternoon, evening, they fly. They fly here and there. How much distance they fly. And then they come back to their nest in the evening. The same happens to all the animals in nature. They walk, they run, they play, they pray, and they do their own work. And then they come back to their own place to rest. Every day they walk, work, run, fly. Even the ant is walking. As you heard, the ant was in the flower garland and walking in the neck. The ants also walk. They walk quite a big distance. Bees fly. All are in nature. But we, the human beings, what happened to us, in the name of luxury and comfort, we are forgetting walking. Sitting most of the time. Yes, one yogi is sitting most of the time like this is fine. His needs are minimum, yogi in the cave. And then he's running to the river and bringing water on his head, and physically he's working sometime. But the modern lifestyle, they made our body lazy. People come from down from their house to the garage, sit inside the garage, they sit in the motor car. They press the button, the automatic door opens, they drive, go to work or go to supermarket, again come back into the garage, then you shut it. Very little walking. And again, the modern blessing or whatever you say, people work from home. Many people work from home nowadays. You need not have to go. You can sit at your home and work and get money. That is fine, nothing wrong. But what is happening to your body? What is happening to the mind? However, coming back to our discussion, if we think of 500 years ago, 400 years ago, 300 years ago, 200 years ago, 100 years ago, 50 years ago, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, and now, if we think of this, the need of people during those days and need of we at present, this is human civilization. And as individual, we all, when we were little child, how much was our need? How much space we needed? How many toys we needed? Or how many books we needed? And slowly our need, the need is going on multiplying. And what is happening? As human beings, as individual, our needs are multiplying. And in the society or this culture or civilization, it creates to multiply the need again more. Because he has this, I should have this. He has a car, I should have a car. Thank God Peter Bauer doesn't have. You know, he till now uses his bicycle. And the best. And I'm happy. So the thing is, we increased or multiplied our need. The culture pressurizes us to increase our need. You know, I remember when I came to this country, stayed slowly longer, And it was the need for my residence permit to have health insurance. So a health insurance person came to me in Suttingargasse. She had a big bunch of many papers, the form to fill in. So asked me, do you have this? He had a list of, she had a list of sickness. Do you have this? So everything, no. And at that time I was also quite young. It was, I can tell it was in 95, sometime in 1995. Then when did you go to hospital? Did you ever get hospitalized? Nothing. So then she stopped for a moment and looked at me and smiled. He said, then why do you need health insurance? I said, I don't need it. The country needs it. The law needs it. That is the problem. The problem is I don't need it, but the law needs, the country needs, you have to. So my need is not only my need, it is also imposed on me with the need of the law of the country and so on. Again, I'm taking you back to think of our need. Do you know, I told you we need water, but how much water they needed in the past? I'm talking of myself. I grew up in the village. We had no electricity during my childhood. Why childhood till I became 20, no electricity. So when there was no electricity, so there was no tap water, no tap water, nothing. So we had our well. You draw water from the well. We had our pond. You get water from the pond. Water in the well and water in the pond, they were healthy. There was nothing. It was surface water during those days were not bad, because there was not use of chemical, pesticide, insecticide, nothing, just natural way. Only monsoon time, you boil the water and drink, just as a prevention. Otherwise, water is quite good. No problem with this water. So I discovered myself that how much water I needed to brush my teeth, to clean my teeth, to clean the tongue. I discovered it was not too much of water, because we took in a bowl and we pour in the bowl and then take it and water in the bowl. It is not. But here what is happening with the tap, you just think we all, when we are brushing the teeth or we are rinsing the mouth, what is happening to the tap? Very simple question. What is happening to tap and water? How much water we use and how much water is flowing down? A simple question. From where do we get this water? We are misusing or using? Do we ever think that water is divine? Water is life? There is enough water on this earth, but it is not usable. Once the water goes into the sea, it is not easily usable, and if you want to reuse, there is process, science can tell. You can reuse seawater, but expensive, lot of money. Water as a free gift of the divine, which comes in a process of natural cycle. We get a lot of water through rain and on the surface, but nowadays it is not usable. We need to use the tap water. I remember when I was new in Vienna, when I was traveling to different countries, sometimes I was warned by my loving mothers that be careful of water. So when you drink, be careful of which water you drink there. I was told at that time. I came from India. During those days in India, the bottled water was, it was not in so much in use. Nowadays, everywhere bottled water. Everywhere bottled water. But the trouble is, water is fine. Bottled water, I'm not against it. But the plastic bottles used in water are horrible. However, come back to our discussion. When we are discussing of our need, how much water do I need to brush my teeth and how much water do I waste during my cleaning the teeth? Very simple question. With this one example, if we go a little further and further, analyze our life, personally, ourselves, collectively in our family or the ashram or wherever, and country and the human civilization. Modern society or modern civilization, so-called as we call it is modern, it is a wasteful and so much of water we waste, so much of other stuff we waste. You just think, I sometimes smile. In my childhood, I had seen, you go to pharmacy to buy some medicine in my childhood. So the medicines were coming in bottles, tablets, for example. So they give, suppose 10 tablets you need for any problem. So they open the bottle, take the 10 tablets, put it in a small paper packet and give the 10, and on the top they write the name of that tablet and how to use it. They write it. That was, I saw in my childhood. Yes, you will tell India was poor and unable of developing and whatever you can say, but that was there. But now if you see of anything you go to buy, not only medicine I am talking, nice pack, plastic, polythene, paperboard and everything nicely packed. Who pays for it? We pay for it. I pay. You pay. Whoever buys, they pay. Not that the company is paying. Company is not generous to pack and to give you free of packing cost. No. We all pay the cost and creating a burden on whom? It is not only you pay more or I pay more, the burden on us. Ultimately on the Mother Earth and environment. Ultimately on Mother Earth and environment, we create this burden because whether it is plastic or polythene, whether it is paper, whether it is water, anything, it is all from the earth. Nothing from sky, nothing from, magic. It's all from the earth and we exploit. And this exploitation, you don't misunderstand me and don't take it in a negative way. Exploiting human being by human being. Humans exploit humans. Exploiting animals by human beings. Exploiting nature by human beings. Human life, instead of being divine, it is becoming exploitative, exploitating, and this is life. Don't be too serious. But this is what it is. Science and technology, industrial revolution, our economic growth, our so-called developed countries or developing country, whoever, it is just the show of exploitation in some way or the other. Now tell me, you agree with me or not? All are quiet and serious. It is yes or no? Please think. Why this thought came to me? You'll tell we have come to meditate. Yes, we have to meditate. There will be meditation class. And we have to, you are talking all this. Who told you not to watch your breath? While sitting here, we have been told that watch your breath day and night. Watch your breath. There is nothing wrong. But at the same time, we should know what our life is, what really we need, how much really do we need, and what is going on. How can I transfer my life into a simple, humble, loving life as much as possible? That thought is hitting my head from this afternoon. This thought came to me this afternoon. And what is happening because of this? You know, because of this unhealthy life, as I told you, animals in nature, those who are free, they are active. But we keep our body less active or inactive. Those who live in nature, although nowadays, you know, to find nature is also difficult. We, the humans, we want to invade everywhere. Everything. Even we want to go to the forest. We want to, and so on. I go for a walk. When I go for a walk, I see the, you know, wild animals, whoever are there, still there, some there. So I see the rabbit, the deer, and birds. And at the same time, I hear toos sound. You know what is toos sound? Huh? Huh? I hear. Whether it is a practice or hunting, God knows. I don't know. But it is there. We the humans. We the humans speak of peace. But we destroy the peace in nature. We speak of peace. And nice to give talks on peace. Neither we are peaceful, nor our lifestyle is peaceful, nor our habit is peaceful. It is miserable. What is happening? We the humans suffering from physical trouble, mental trouble, emotional trouble, and so on. And it is there. And what to do? We have to pass through it. But do you know one thing, again to tell you, I can't change the world. But I can change myself. I can change your needs. But I can change my needs, how much I need. So I, as an intelligent or conscious person, will be aware of my own need. How much is needed? I'm telling, how to say, this poor Swami trouble. You'll tell what is poor Swami trouble. Do you know, wherever I go, it stopped. By God's grace, I respect your love and you have respected my wish. You know, whenever I was going in the early years, there were lots of flowers. I said, don't bring flowers. I told, please don't bring flowers. Instead of bringing flowers, if it is even €1, use it for a good work. Helping others, doing something good. Not to buy, so why to buy so much of flowers? You see what is happening. This is also a business. It is yes, money from your pocket goes to the farmer, to the businessman, and so on. But farmer gets very little. In the middle, the businessmen, they, they make the money. Even plastic, this, that, and so on. Don't bring flowers. So wherever I'm going, almost in most of the places, no flower, nothing. I'm happy. The same thing, do you know what is happening? Suppose I went to Holland. When I went to Holland, luckily there was somebody who was coming. I told, can you take something? Because some stuff is there, people bring. People bring out of their love, they bring this and bring that and so on. Do I need it or not? Sometimes they say, if you don't need, you can give to somebody who needs. So you want me to be a postman, or what do you want me? Why should I carry? Do you know, when I came first time to here and I was going back, so very loving disciples from Vienna, they came to me and asked, what do you need to take to India? I said, what should I take? No, if you want something, we will do shopping and buy for you. I said, what should I take? They said, if you want to take some watch or camera or tape recorder or anything to your friends or relatives. At that time, I was also new, and I said, no. You don't want to take anything? I said, no. If you want to give, you can give some photos of Gurudev. Some photos of Gurudev, I can give them just as a gift. That's all I told. I remember when the first time when I went back, the customs in Kolkata, he looked at me, he said, he saw my passport and asked where I'm coming from. And then he said, you have not this much? I said, yes. What is there in your pocket? Because he saw the bag is so small. I said, some chocolate. And chocolate, airlines chocolate, they give free. So I keep some chocolate to give somebody, that's all. So that's all. He smiled. Nowadays, my bags are quite heavy. And however, how much do we need? Please think over it. And how much we can really contribute for our own spiritual development and inner peace and less exploitation outside. Individual, for at least for my own living, how minimum things I can survive. And sometimes people ask me, oh, if you change yourself, what will happen? The people are wasting. They don't respect this. The water is flowing, doing this. Their tap is, the water is flowing, they're doing this work, that work. Then, yes, whoever is doing, at least one person is changing, that's enough. To think over this little deeper and to make our life, our mind, little simpler. That's all. Let us close our eyes for a moment. With deep love, let us think of God. Think of the masters. And let us pray to God and the masters to give us real insight, to live the life of a real yogi, a meditator, not wasting the time, not wasting the mind, not overburdening the mind and heart, keeping the body active, energetic, and living a joyful life. And to bring this joy and happiness manifested through my own thoughts, words, activities, movement, Wherever I will be going, I will bring this joy and love. I bow to God. I bow to all the divine incarnations. I bow to all the masters of all times and all places. I bow to our beloved Gurudev. And I bow to all of you. I bow to the entire creation. I pray for peace, prosperity, and progress everywhere. Let us chant Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah together. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let there be peace and happiness everywhere. Let all enjoy good health. Let no one suffer. Let there be joy, peace, and love. Om. Amen. Thank you all.